Good, beautiful morning. It's Friday, December the 9th, 2022. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And I want to welcome you to the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Today I have with me the energy of Ascended Master Jesus, who wanted to talk about the straight gate. And it's kind of funny. So I asked about the straight gate. I actually went on Google and I looked up the straight gate. And it's an actual quote in, I think it's Matthew's, where is this in here? I think it's Matthew chapter, I have to just double check here so I'm not misquoting anything. Anyway, I'm not a Bible reader, but I was guided by him to look up that. And essentially, again, in the description below this video, you'll see the chapter and verse. It's verse 13 and 14 of Matthew 7, I believe, verse 13 and 14. And he said, look that up. So I did. I looked it up, and it talks about two different ways that people can go. And it's really funny because Master Kuthumi on Wednesday talked about there's only two paths that we can take, love or fear. And this is almost the same. Master Jesus says this is almost the same. You have only two choices. The path of fear is very wide and broad and very destructive, where the path of love is a very refined path. It's very focused and directed. It has specific values, specific thoughts, specific emotions, specific actions that come from love. And while there are specific actions of fear, they're ungoverned. They don't have boundaries. They don't have a structure that keeps you healthy. It doesn't keep your mind fit. The path of fear diminishes you. He says it's really important to come to an understanding that you, as an individual soul, must ultimately choose between those two paths. Good morning, everybody. Just to put up there who we're channeling today. This is, again, we are at such a special time. Hello, Drusilla. Good morning. Hello, TikTok. Hello, Facebook. Who have we got here today? Wonderful. If you're new, please feel free to make comments or ask questions. Good morning, Hassan. Good morning, Adam. Yeah, it's an amazing day. So these two paths are facing us, and this is becoming a recurring theme. And somebody sent me a question that is saying, you know, you're saying almost the same thing in so many different ways for the last 4 years. And that's because there's a very narrow pathway to truth, to love, to compassion, to kindness, to vitality, to health. There's a very narrow pathway on what you can do. And not narrow in the sense of restricting, narrow in the sense that it follows a very specific set of values. The path of love follows very specific values. The path of fear has few, if any, values that it follows. He says that most of those that follow fear don't even know they are following fear, but they will always reap its reward. He says, when you find yourself unhealthy and unwell, it is because you have strayed from the path, the straight path, the narrow path. He says there are everyone is called, but few choose the correct path. And it is a very narrow path. You must understand it is very simple too. If you understand what is good and what is just, then this path is very simple. It is not that difficult to follow if you understand the rule of love, the function of love, the spirit of love, the words of love, the thoughts of love, the actions of love. It is easy to distinguish between love and fear, for love always elevates and ennobles life to be beautiful. And by beautiful, I do not mean that beautiful as in a collection of things or a big palace, or that you have gathered many things. I do not mean that in terms of beauty. Beauty is the character of the soul that expresses their love in all functions of their life. In every way they live and exist, there is love. Their touch, their word, they soothe. They honor the temple. They do not defile it. They honor the temple and do not defile it. And they honor the God in all. They recognize that which is in thee is in me also. They recognize that, and they live from this. But few of you understand this process. But you must understand that you must come to understand what are the thoughts of your love? What are the acts of love? What are the behaviors that you have in your mind about love? It is very, very narrow in that love has very few rules, but they are rules that keep you straight, healthy, vibrant, and strong, whereas the path of fear has very little limits. He also wanted me to talk about education. He said, what you call education, many of your so-called scholars, many of your so-called freedom fighters are simply products of the very educational system that prepared them, that ensnared them in a set of values that they believe are the only set of values. How many of your scholars speak of love? How many of your leaders speak of love? How many of them act with love? And how many deeds do you see in your world of love? How many deeds do you see of love from your leaders, your scholars? How many acts of love do you see? There is so much corruption now as there was then and since. And you must make clear discernment between what is love and what is not love. Do not give fear your ear nor your eye, but give love. Give love your word and your thought, for your word and thought shall become your actions. And many of the words and thoughts of those that would seem to lead you out of difficulty and slavery are functioning simply from this place of fear, although they know it not. Even those who would seek to fight for your freedom are doing so with fear. They tell you you must fear the other. You must listen to them, but fear the other. No. The thoughts and actions and words of love do not say, get them, they are wrong, they are bad. Love does not do these things. And love is the straight gate. And it honors the temple, and it honors the speech, and it honors the thought, and it honors others. And the acts of love are noble and good. If the straight gate and narrow path were followed, there would be no hunger in this world today. There would be no difficulty in having what you need. But many of you find yourself captured by the fears that seem to keep you enslaved to the ignorances of those who would sacrifice you for their own good. And this has been true for many, many, many centuries. Not only in the times of old, but now. This is equally as true now. And you can see the skeletons of the past littered around your planet more and more as your technology evolves. But understand, you and only you can discern what is love and what is fear. Even your foods, even many of your foods today are steeped in fear. They do not honor your temple. They do not feed your mind. Many of your schools and facilities of learning are corrupted with fear and gross thinking. And you are bound by the fear, and you are choosing to live by that, so many of you. And so you will find there is no clear set of rules to understand by how you may live your life in love, because there are no rules where fear resides. There are no rules of compassion and understanding where fear leads you. It is why you must understand that darkness is perpetuated because of this. Your unwillingness to choose love over fear, to choose pleasure over function of love, detracts you, distracts you from your pathway. You must understand that there are only two paths. One is to righteousness and one is to suffering. And the definitions of righteousness and suffering are bound by the results that you see around you. The path of righteousness places a smile upon the faces of those who follow it and those who share it with others. The path of suffering is very obvious. You can see it. Your foods are poisoned. You are led to believe that life is a free for all, that there is no concern for rule nor law. And the rule and law of which I speak is not the rule and law of men, but the rule and law of love, which is significantly different than the rule of men. And as was before, the deviation from love has its effect upon all who follow that path. And you know if you are on that path, for you are suffering. You are suffering in mind and in body if you have strayed from this path of love. And you would say, but how can I eat what I want and drink what I want and not be happy? And I would simply say to you, if you eat what you want and drink what you want, if it is not in alignment with your body, with your temple, then you are living in fear. It is time to consider what is love for you in thought, in word, in deed. Is it what you get for yourself? Is it simply what you get for yourself and yourself alone? What about your brothers and sisters and how they are? Would you offer them love? And would they accept it? And those who would not accept your love are not deserving of it. Those who would not accept your love are not deserving of it. Pay no heed to them, but listen for the call. For those who would say to you, guide me, assist me, lift me up, I wish to end my suffering. Those voices, those words say, I wish to turn away from fear. I wish to walk the narrow path through the straight gate. Love is a very narrow path, but its rewards are greater than all fear combined. The rewards of love are greater than all fear combined. For there is peace, and there is joy, and there is community that transcends the manifestations of any fear. But the choice remains with each and every individual as to what path they will follow. For you were given free will to use it in any way that you find fit. None of you intended to come here and suffer. Many of you were misled into suffering. And in trust you arrived, and that trust has been corrupted by those who follow the path of fear, who celebrate it, who utilize its wickedness for their own gain and benefit. But you will always know the distinction between fear and love, for love will always ennoble you. It will have you smiling. It will have you vital. It will have you healthy. It will have you in a community where others likewise live. Healthy, vibrant, strong, creative, playful, compassionate, kind. Yes. Love is even creative. It even formed this communication system that exists today now that allows so many of you to have the opportunity to join in profound community, in a global community. The vibration, the existence of fear, of course, operates against many that do choose to follow this path of love, and many of you have been misled by it. But let it be said now that those who choose fear will reap its reward, and those who will choose love will reap its reward. There is a time coming upon you where you must choose, and you must choose without looking back. You must not look back when you choose the path of love. For those who choose this path shall find peace and know the freedom that in their hearts has been denied by those in authority. And again, those that you call your scholars and the learned ones, while many of them have great knowledge and great intent and great compassion, there are many also that do not, that have fear and wickedness as their function. This is quite pervasive now, and you have to change it. Once you begin to follow this path of love, you will find yourself free. You will find yourself free through love. You will not find freedom through fear. You will simply find suffering and greater suffering still. Wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Good morning, everybody. Hi, guys. There we go. Okay. Thank you so much. So, good morning, Kira. How you doing, Drusilla? Thank you, Hassan. Appreciate that. Hi, Terry T. Welcome. Welcome. Here we go. Question from Vertical Connection. Beautiful message. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. Terry T is asking, when will I meet my man? Because I'm ready for love. When will I meet my man? Because I'm ready for love. He's saying, he's putting his hand to his heart and he's saying, be of love, and you shall meet it in all your ways. Be love. You must understand that you will see that through the eyes of love, which is love, whereas you will see through the eyes of fear that which is fear. And though you may desire love, if you fear not having it, then you shall not have it. But if you truly are being the love, you will meet it on the street. You shall meet it on the street. Question from Northern Lights. Please, does Jesus have a message for me? He's saying, haven't you been listening? Have you not heard, child? Have you not heard? Listen. Listen to these words. Follow the straight path, the narrow path. Be of love. Be of love. Honor your temple in love. I have said these things already to you. Question from Lauren. How do I accept the atonement? This is a very fascinating question. The atonement will come upon you through love. It will not come upon you through fear. The atonement is the rejoining and the surrendering of all fear and the reunification with the divine within you, that which is within you, that is in I also. It is not something to be had. It is something to be in alignment with from the vibrational state of love. If you are in the vibrational state of love, you will have atonement, which is at one with love, at one with love, at one with that which made you. Question from Manoj. Oh, thank you so much. I'm just trying to find out where we are here. Yeah, okay. Question from Manoj. Does Jesus have a message for me, please? Wow, isn't this fascinating? That, yes. Please understand, the message is being offered. If you have ears, hear. Hear with your ears. There are only two paths for you to choose from. There is only love or fear. And be mindful of those who would say they would have your best interests at heart. They will do so through fear. Do not let them scare you into believing that they will lead you out of your suffering, for you must choose this of yourself. None can lead you unless you choose to follow. But if you choose to honor love, then follow love, its thoughts, its words, its action, and you will find the very freedom that you would seek to be given from others. None can give you the freedom that you possess through the alignment of your own love to that which made you. Wow, I love that. Thank you so much. Empowered, love that name. Empowered is asking, is it possible for an abscessed tooth that was treated to be still affecting my son's health after a month regarding lightheadedness, palpitations, numbness? I'm being told, get him to increase his water intake and reduce, yeah, they're saying increase his water intake. There's also a substance you can get called zeolite. I highly recommend it. I was guided about 9 months to get this stuff called zeolite. It's really powerful for pulling out toxins and heavy metals out of the body. But thank you, Empowered. Yeah. The neck. Yeah. You can also tell him to exercise his jaw. Like have him actually move the jaw around. Like exercise the jaw. They're telling me it will increase. This is his guardian angel talking, saying that it will increase the proper distribution of blood and minerals and help remove toxins naturally and organically. Do this in conjunction with water, but have him move his whole jaw around. Like exercise, stretch all the muscles in here so that he can start to let the stuff flow out of the, I'm being told, lymphatic system. Let the stuff flow to the lymphatic system that's in this part of the body. Wow, thank you for that question, Empowered. Hello, Joel, how are you? Hi, Theo. Question from Adam. Does Pan have any message for me? Anything that he wants me to know? The words I got immediately were plant the tree. I don't know what that means, but he's saying plant the tree. He says, you know what he means by this. Plant the tree. Plant the tree. Hey, oh, we got questions coming in on TikTok. Hi, guys. Yes. Sarah's asking, are we able to ask about loved ones today? Yes, you may if you want to, Sarah. Yes. And understand that if they are truly loved and if they lived in love, know that they are in the heart of the Father. They are in the heart of the Father. If they lived in love, if they followed this path, then it led them home. It led them home. I love that. Thank you so much. Marta's asking on TikTok, hi, William. Would you have a message for me? He keeps laughing. Master Jesus keeps saying, if you have heard, then you have heard. If you are asking, then open your ears and listen again. There are only two ways for you to live. That in the living of fear and that in the living of love. And what would you choose? What would you choose? Understand that if you are living in love, then your mind is at peace. Your heart is happy. Your body is healthy. You are in community. You are surrounded by good people. The path of love is very specific in how it manifests the conditions of your world. Just as the path of fear is very specific in how it aligns you to disharmony, to suffering, to sadness, to pain, to isolation. This is the path of fear. The path of fear is woeful. First time I've heard that word come out. The path is woeful. Question from Sunny. What do I need to release from my neck or shoulders? Thank you. Been doing breathing meditation, but still persists. I'm getting Sunny. I'm getting that this is something that's like from around age 9 or age 10. Something occurred, and you're still carrying that in your body. A lot of people carry their past into the future, so they have a problem now. But I'm told that it's something in that period between like 8-9 years of age, something occurred there that you have not released. They're telling me that it's not a big thing, but it was a very fearful moment, is what they're telling me. It was a very fearful moment that occurred to you, and in that fearful moment, you shut it away in the closet. You know, it's funny, in our 102 master class, we're in the process of teaching people how to release old emotions out of the body, because people store emotion in the body. They also store love. They can store fear in the body, and they're learning how to let go of old emotions. So if you, a lot of people will store pain in the body from experiences they've had. Yeah, I'm being told that person, that son who asked about their son, also have them ask him, what has happened. Ask him what has happened. They're just telling me to ask you that. So you might want to consider, ask your son if anything else has happened that he hasn't told you. That's wonderful, Sonny, doing the meditation and the breathing. It's very powerful. Oh, you're very welcome. Another question from Vertical. Here we go. Here, sending you many blessings. Oh, thank you so much, Martha. Sarah's asking, can I receive on TikTok? Can I receive guidance on my relationship with my brother? This might sound really simple, Sarah, but sit down and get your body sat down. Take a few breaths, relax your body, quiet your mind, and then bring the vision of your brother to your face, and communicate to his face your love. Like, really speak to him. I love you. Say to him what your love is, and your love only, and really let yourself feel that he, in that image, is receiving it. Send that to the image in your mind of him, and really do this sincerely. Like, really feel your love, not your fear. Do not do this to try and coerce him to being in relationship with you. Do this as a simple, sincere offering of your love to him, without any strings attached. Simply offer and extend the vibration of your love to him in your mind's eye, and then let it go, and let what unfolds. Because once you change an energy, you change conditions in the environment that are connected to it. The vibration of love in your heart and the vibration of fear in your heart will cause very different effects in our lives. Like, events around you are emotional products of emotional energies that you hold on to. All of our experiences are in this dimension. They keep telling me that again and again. Yes, thank you so much. A question from Animo. 1 year ago, I shared these messages with old friends suffering from fear, and they condemned me and cast me out. I walked away, but not from anger. Has time healed this, or was that our closure? Yes. You're asking Master Jesus, because he wants to respond. He wants to say, if they accept you in their house, go gladly. If they do not accept them in their house, then shake the dust from your feet and move onwards. Do not hold on to your suffering, nor theirs as well. For they that suffer would want you to suffer with them, and they that want relief will go with you. Understand, if you live in love, then those who wish to live in love will see, they will know, they will feel, they will join you in love. The vibrations and call of love is very different than the vibrations and call of fear. Very different. Thank you for that, Anima. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Hassan. Just wonderful. Thank you so much. Just scrolling through TikTok here. Hi, guys. Hi. Oh, thank you. You're very welcome. How can you be sure you have released the past? This is from Leanne on TikTok. How can you be sure you have released the past? Because your mind won't be dwelling on it anymore. You can, yes, you can be sure you release the past because you can look back and not feel any remorse or sadness. You can just see it as a memory. And I can speak from personal experience, having gone through an extensive period of time where there was a lot of abuse, and I remember very clearly how much pain I suffered in for many, many years. And when you'll truly know when you've released your suffering, because you can look back and it doesn't remind you of suffering anymore. In fact, I look back on my past, I'm very grateful for the events and experiences and circumstances that have occurred, although at the time I certainly didn't like them. But please, you'll feel it in your body when you've really released the past from your body. And just for those of you that are watching or here for the first time, emotional events in your past, when they happen, your brain, your energy locks an emotional energy into a part of the body. Fear, anger, guilt, shame, love, joy, compassion, excitement, playfulness. All of our emotions get stored in the house. And you can release old emotions from your body. So if you got anger about something that happened to you yesterday or even 10 years ago, you can literally release it from the body. There's a form of breathing you can do to draw this out and release it from the body. We teach our students in the 102 masterclass to do that. And you'll know it because you'll feel different. I cannot tell you how many of our students have been going through their own process of release, and where you can see they're releasing because their faces light up, the tears flow, and there's an organic process that happens when you deliberately, intentionally release old emotions through an application of love. And that is, when you find a part of you that you don't like, extend love to it. You feel angry or upset, extend love to it. You'll transmute it. The vibration of love. Okay, he wants me to say the vibration of love turns away wrath. And I would say, yes, I would say also the vibration of love transforms wrath. It transforms anger, fear, guilt, and shame. The extension of love does that. And I hope you do that. Wherever you're feeling anger, upset, hurt, or pain, it's because you're holding on to those emotions in your body. When you release them from the body, you'll discharge that energy from the memory system in the brain, and you'll find peace again. And you'll be able to look back and not be upset when you look back at those memories. That's how you know it's really released, and you feel better. You just naturally feel better physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You're very welcome. Oh, you're very welcome. Yes. Oh, you're very welcome. Let's see what we got here. Question from Daniela. Which is the entity following me around currently, even in bed when I read it passes my face? I'm not, this is a very ethereal being. Like, they're very subtle. Okay, hang on. They're saying to tell you to stay diligent in your learning. Yeah. They're saying, follow me next. Follow where I lead. There's a place they want to take you to. Is it in a physical place? They're saying it will eventually lead to a physical place. But there are people, events, and circumstances that they're trying to get you to pay attention to. Yes. They would like you to connect to them. When you sense their presence, close your eyes, relax, just become connected to them, and feel the direction they're trying to put you in, the natural physical direction they'll take you in. That's all they want to say right now. They're saying you're sensitive enough to perceive them so that you can interact with them. This is happening a lot. There's a lot of interdimensional connections now where our senses, our internal senses of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience are being activated. Even people that would be normally just entrenched in their own ego self, because of these ascension energies coming in the planetary, which is an increased electrical phenomena, it's activating different functions in our brain and in our soul that allows us to perceive reality in a very different way. It's very exciting. We're in a very exciting time right now. Thank you, Daniela. Great question. I got time for 2 more questions. Question from Jacqueline is saying, I was really sick for 8 years, but I'm finally healing now. Is 2023 my turnaround year? He's telling me, yeah, there's him and one of your guardian angels. It feels like Archangel Jophiel. And they're saying the turnaround began 8 years ago. You had started the journey 8 years ago. You are now you're seeing the next gate. You're seeing the next gate, the one that you will go through. It's already done. I love that. So basically what they're saying to you, Jacqueline, is you've been actually moving towards that. But she wants to know specifically about 2023. All that came before has led to this. You will know it. You will know it, for you have suffered greatly and grown much. And now it is time to reap the reward and plant new seed. And this will be the coming. This is what you will be doing. What are the seeds that you're talking about? She will assist others in the elimination of their suffering. She will guide others on the path to their own happiness and fulfillment in alignment with love. This is her journey, and it is the journey of many others that are seeking it as well. Wow, I love that. Thank you, Jacqueline. I really appreciate that. Wonderful. For those of you that are new here, remember to give this video a thumbs up, or follow me if you're on TikTok, or go to my YouTube channel. We're almost to, I think we need 5 more subscribers, and we're at 2,000 on YouTube, which is great. If you want to support the channel, you can do so through the super chat features when you're asking questions on YouTube. You can also support us by becoming a member of our Patreon page. You get involved in our Patreon only live events and a few other interesting perks. And understand that we also support a percentage of everything that comes from these channels goes towards a group called Our Underground Railroad, which is an organization, a very well-coordinated organization that rescues children from the sex slave trade. So if you can, I've got the link in any one of my videos below this on YouTube to Our Underground Railroad, which is one of the places we support. So please support them. Children are being rescued by these people. They're doing really amazing things. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Hassan. Yeah, you're very welcome. So guys, listen, I'm glad you joined up. And remember, we have our meditation tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I have Archangel Michael coming with us to do the meditation tomorrow. And it's going to be on liberating the light from within. Liberating the light from within. So that'll be tomorrow at 10 a.m. And he'll share with us what that is, liberating the light from within, and then the process to do that. So I'm really excited about that. I want to wish you all much love, and thank you for coming out today. And remember, for those of you that are new to the channel, on whether you're on TikTok or Facebook, remember, you can ask your questions here. We don't charge. You can just ask questions. It's what's here. We'll bring your guides, your angels through, other family, relative members that aren't in their physical medium of expression. We hold very strongly the understanding there is no such thing as death. There is a transmutation of consciousness, a shift of consciousness from matter to energy. That the soul, when the vehicle of the body, when the body ceases to function, the soul is not bound by flesh anymore, but it still exists. And you can connect to them. Anyway, I want to wish you all much love, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and a joyful day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Same time, same station. Much love.